So what do we do to make sure that that doesn't get lost?
All right, welcome back to the Five City Podcast, episode number 3, right?
Third episode.
Feels good to be kind of rolling. Kind of the second time we're recording now. We recorded the first 2 on the same day. We banged those out, posted those, and got good feedback, and we're happy about that. Very happy about that. How you doing? We'll start with that. How you doing?
Not great. I mean, I scratched my cornea at work and bruised my eyeball and have a slight abrasion under my eyelid, so that feels great. But other than that, nothing too new.
That's like eye stuff is scary, man. But man, well, you saw the doctor. You're getting on the right track, I guess, right?
Yeah, pretty much wire. I bent a wire back at work, turned to talk to somebody. When I looked back and I let go, I did not anticipate for it to snap back, because usually it would stay there, but for whatever reason it decided to snap back, and it hit my eye when my eye was open. And it did not feel great, and I waited a day and then decided probably should play it safe and go to the optometrist and make sure everything was okay, which it was, so that's good. But
glad you're on the right track. Got some medicine, and we'll make it feel a little better. So I guess first thing we wanted to really talk about was UFC 272. That was this weekend. It was a big card. Colby versus Jorge Masvidal. If you don't know the backstory, they were best friends, training partners, came up kind of together. They were both, fighting on the prelims, training at the same gym, and then at American Top Team was the gym. And they had some sort of falling out, I think 3 to 5 years ago. Now they hate each other, and they fought, and I don't know. We'll start with the whole card because we'll finish with Colby and Jorge, but we'll start with the whole card, the main card at least. So the first fight was Greg Hardy versus Sergey Spivak, I think is how you say the name. So
Greg Hardy was a joke.
Yeah, he got his ass
Just got absolutely tossed around
into the canvas. I heard a lot of MMA analysts, like ESPN analysts, Brett Akamoto, people like that, saying that it was time for Greg Hardy to leave the sport. They were citing his issues with cardio. He has struggled making weight while fighting at heavyweight. His lack of grappling skills, things like that. They were saying that it just kind of shows a disrespect to the sport because they didn't think he was putting enough work in. Like, he was just, I don't know, looking a little out of shape, did not have good cardio ever, always had struggled making weight. Like I said, he said when, early in his UFC career that he was going to work on his grappling, I guess. This is what I read.
Doesn't look like that happened.
And it never happened. Like you said, maybe he's just not good at it or whatever, but.
Which is fine. Some people, in UFC, are stand-up boxers.
And he was
Max
also
Holloway's
he was
not
also
known for his grappling.
Right.
But
Not to mention he was also an NFL player.
Yeah.
So he was not an MMA guy his whole life. Did he get fast-tracked into the UFC because of his professional sports background? Maybe. And maybe if they took it slower, he might have had a better chance at a better career. I don't know, but he probably should hang it up. Maybe strike up some social media things. He's a big personality. He's got room to make money in other places as well. So I think he'll be.
Just don't think the UFC is really his scene right now.
Not right now, at least.
But following that was Kevin Holland and Alex Oliveira, which was.
Yes, I know we both love. So Kevin Holland knocked him out in 38 seconds into the second round. Kevin Holland knocked him out. I know we both love to see that. We both love Kevin Holland. I think
he
he's
choked
hilarious.
out, and the announcers are, oh my God, this could be it. This could be it. He looks over at Dana White, double thumbs up. He's good. Waits the last 4 seconds out.
That was the craziest thing too, because that exchange, it was obviously at the end of the round, but they were like rolled over this way, somersault this way, and then they came over, and Alex Oliveira had him in the rear naked choke, and I thought it was over for a second, and I saw the thumbs up. That was hilarious. I'll try to put a clip.
It looked like Oliveira had it too. It looked like he slipped it underneath the chin.
I think so. I watched the replay. I think his hand was, I don't know. I saw something where it wasn't completely tight. That's why he was chilling, I guess. I don't know. But that was awesome. The thumbs up was hilarious.
Good to see him get a win.
Yes. I wonder who he's gonna fight next. If he's definitely gonna move up in the rankings, or fight someone higher than Cowboy Oliveira. I also read, and I kind of agree sometimes, Kevin Holland, he's real funny, right? Likes to talk, likes to do all these gimmicks. it sometimes hurts him. Like, he definitely did not have, like, a super strong first round, I would say. He made a few mistakes, but like I said, he's hilarious to watch. He's a big entertainer. The UFC loves to promote people who entertain. They like to have people who draw pay-per-view buys. Obviously, that's how they make their money. You know what I mean? If you're an entertaining fighter, if people want to watch you fight, you're going to fight in the UFC.
I want to see him promote himself a little bit more with more like merch and stuff like
social
that.
media. I don't follow him on social media. Is he
like present? A YouTube channel would be good.
Yeah.
Not his Instagram's hilarious for anyone who follows him. It's like Trailblaze to the top or Trailblaze to top or something.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
He posts some funny stuff on there, some memes. Like he posted before he fought Cowboy Oliveira, he posted a little fight preview, and it was him riding a horse. Like,
dude,
it was like just
so
funny.
That was so funny.
He promotes himself, I'd say, like adequately on social media for the level of star that he is. But if you look at like somebody like Sean O'Malley, who just went balls to the walls in it, and it definitely benefited him. Right. And I mean, same type of thing. They both have good personalities. I'd love to see Kevin Holland get into YouTube or just something like that.
Yeah, he's got the personality, like, for sure. He's hilarious. I think people already love him, even with, just his Instagram, and then obviously what he does during his fights. Having a YouTube channel would only help him, and we would only like it, or we would only enjoy it. You know what I mean?
No, I think that would be really cool to watch.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley is, like, the biggest, I don't know, like, he, like, throws a wrench in the whole argument for, like, why UFC fighters should be paid more. Because, like, he was unranked and a millionaire. He was the only unranked millionaire pretty much ever, I would say. You know what I mean? And it's because he does all of this social media promotion. And he's posting 3 TikToks a day. And he
sells out on all of his merch.
Right. And he's hooking up with, he's fucking hooking up with Steve Will Do It and 6ix9ine and all these other people. And dude, it's just, he's doing it perfectly. And like I said, he throws a total wrench in that whole argument.
His YouTube scene is pretty cool, too, because he's got, like, he's on, like, the Timbo Sugar Show, the Bro Malley podcast. Right. And then there's, like, something, like, he does, like, vlogs,
He does vlogs, and, like, the vlogs are literally
a lot
just
of content.
Him, like,
it's good.
Yeah, and, like, it's not even like he's doing anything that any other UFC fighter couldn't do. I mean, like, maybe he has a better personality than a lot of them, but, like, his vlogs are just, like, him around his house, like, with his girl and his kid. You know what I mean?
And you ever seen his funny, like, how to fight videos?
Oh, my God, dude. Those are so funny. They're so funny. He's great. And then, obviously, that translates into pay-per-view buys and it gets people, time in the octagon, really.
It gets people into the sport that have never really checked into it before because you get somebody like Sean O'Malley and he'll bring like 3 different audiences in and it just helps the UFC, helps him. I don't know. I just want to see Kevin Holland do that, honestly. Cause it'd be cool to have 2 different people to kind of like check in on like that on stuff. Because, I mean, who was it? Islam Makhachev? Yeah. Did he have a YouTube channel that we were looking at where he went like sneaker shopping or something like that?
Oh, that was Khamzat
Chimaev. I can never.
Islam Makhachev, Khamzat Chimaev. Listen, it's hard. But no, yeah. So Khamzat just like, he like recently joined Twitter. Like I remember like he was like, this is my first tweet or something. And it got mad likes. Yeah. But he's training with like Darren Till.
I was going to say him and Darren Till are a good
and they're fucking making all these videos and it's hilarious too. And that's only benefiting the both of them outside of the octagon in their finances. You know what I mean? Like they're definitely getting more attention.
Think he's ever going to fight again?
Darren Till? Yeah. Yeah, he's training. He'll fight again. I think, wait. He might. Hold up. He might be. Oh, no, he's not scheduled. Wait.
I didn't think he was, but.
No, I don't know why I thought I saw him on a card.
Because it brought up the whole. I saw like a little shorter video or something. You would have been with me when I saw it. But it was people talking about, like, is he going to fight?
Yeah.
If he's training with
Khamzat. Yeah. I think he. Honestly, from the videos that I've
become the best.
Right, exactly. I think he probably reached out to Chimaev because he saw what he's doing, you know what I mean? And he needed to work on his grappling, and that's what Chimaev is really good at, wrestling, grappling, things like that, you know what I mean? So
overwhelming pressure.
Yes. And from what I've seen out of those videos, Khamzat is an absolute beast in training. Like, kicks Darren Till's ass in cardio every day. Every day. It's awesome. So the third fight on the main card, Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barboza. This was a super interesting fight to me to begin with because
Thug Nasty.
Right. Edson Barboza, he's a UFC legend, man. Yeah, he's been around forever. If you didn't know, he's been around forever. And Bryce Mitchell was the favorite coming into this fight, which was pretty unreal. I heard Ariel Helwani say that he agreed that Bryce Mitchell was the favorite. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know about Thug Nasty.
Barboza's old. He's fought a lot of guys that are a
Getting up
lot
there.
better than Bryce Mitchell, but it was only
Yeah.
what, like 5 to 10 years, like 8 years ago. Like
I mean, yeah, he's
long
been
time.
active for a long time. So I couldn't even tell you like his recent fights. I know he had that weird delayed knockout. I have the UFC strike.
oh yeah,
moment.
that wasn't too long ago either.
That wasn't like a big name guy or anything.
No.
I honestly couldn't even tell you. His name,
I'm just
like,
talking
off the top of
like
my
the
head.
last time he fought somebody who was like
Yeah, like
of
top
his
5.
caliber.
Yeah, right.
And I mean,
right.
although
100%.
Bryce Mitchell's not like in the same caliber as some of the top-notch guys out there. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a good fighter.
He could be
got
though.
really
Hey,
good grappling.
Just, needs
And
more
good
experience.
striking.
Right. Yeah. So like I was gonna say, this was the most impressive performance I think that was on the main card.
Yeah, that should have been fight of the
I mean,
night.
RDA like fucking killed him too, but we'll talk about that. Bryce Mitchell, yes.
I don't know. I like Kevin Holland for fight of the night too. Before I say,
Yeah, I know. No, I know. Yeah, I thought I was super impressed by Bryce Mitchell. He scored a really, really legit win over a very legit Edson Barboza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a very monumental fight for him, and that probably changed the course of his UFC career. You know what I mean? Fighting on this huge card and getting all that attention. I don't know, man. Like you said, Edson has way more experience in the UFC. He's been winning in this fight promotion for a long time, which only adds to this impressiveness by Bryce Mitchell. It's crazy. Crazy to me.
it's cool to see him donate half of his fight purse too.
Yep. That was the next thing I was going to say.
$45,000.
Right.
That's
So-
it's a big chunk of change.
I don't even know if you heard about this. Dana White said in the post-fight press conference that he's going to cover the 45K.
Oh, what a good guy.
Yeah. So
Big baller Dana.
right. So right. That's the thing. There's been a lot of controversy about how Dana doesn't pay his fighters enough. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think that the reporter who kind of hinted at the reporter who asked the question hinted at that. I don't agree with it, to be honest. I don't agree with it. But he's a nice guy. Very nice guy for doing
Yeah.
that. You know
he's
what I
done
mean?
a lot of other good stuff. It's not like
Oh
this is
my
the first
God.
nice thing he's ever done where it would be like, yeah, that's probably exactly why it happened.
No,
Where he's done a lot of other charitable things. He's
Do
a
not
good
get me
guy.
wrong. I'm the biggest Dana White fan there is, really. I love that guy. I think he's great. And yeah. But that's awesome that first of all, Bryce Mitchell decided to do that, right? He was ready to give up half of his fight purse for that, and then Dana White decided to cover it. It's awesome. So I guess we can move on. Co-main event. RDA versus Renato Moicano. So this fight was interesting as well because he was supposed to fight this Fizaev guy. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Not very good with the names. But he was supposed to fight him, and then he got COVID. So he had to pull out last minute. This was all over Twitter. If you're into the UFC Twitter, MMA Twitter, this was all over Twitter about Islam Makhachev kind of saying, yeah, I'll fight RDA at 170. You know what I mean? And apparently, Islam was just kind of messing around. Didn't really want the fight. Ended up pulling out of the fight. Dana White said he went to bed that night thinking the fight was done. Woke up the next morning and heard that he had pulled out of the fight. So what Dana White did, another reason why I love Dana White, he said so after Islam's last fight that we watched, Dana said he's going to get a title shot. Yeah. Now he has to fight Beneil Dariush again. So he was supposed to fight Beneil Dariush in his last fight, ended up fighting Bobby Green. We know the story. So now he has to fight Beneil Dariush, and then if he wins that, he'll get a title shot.
Moral of the story, you fight who the UFC gives you.
Right. And he should have just kept his mouth shut. You know what I mean? I don't know why he was saying he wanted the fight when he really didn't. It wouldn't have been a good move for him anyway. He should
I
have
wonder
just
if that was him just being impulsive, or if that was poor communication between him, manager, team. There's a lot of different people that go into picking out your next fight. I feel like maybe
100%.
it was just a little bit of back and forth, or he was 60% in on yes, his team was 60% in on no, and he just made a bold call and they convinced him to back out.
Exactly. And that's the thing is we see all the whenever this happens, we see it play out on Twitter. They all tweet about at each other. You know what I mean?
And we 25%
Right.
of the info at best.
That's what I'm saying. We never know what really happened. And then Dana White gives us I thought it was done. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what really happened. Maybe not. I don't know. You know what I mean? We never know the real story. I would love to, but I don't think we ever will. I don't think we ever will for sure on that anyway. But moving on to the fight. So Renato Moicano was the person that got put up to the task of fighting Rafael Dos Anjos. So total dominance by RDA. He won a unanimous decision. This fight probably could have been stopped in round 3. It was bad. It was really bad. Moicano took an absolute beating. He is a beast for getting through it and stepping up last second. But, man, fuck that.
Yeah, just a beatdown.
Fuck that. So big talk about this fight after was the corner throwing in the towel. Should the corner have stepped in
Earlier.
and saved their fighter and said, we're done? So that's kind of been a thing in the UFC for a while. Is it never happens, right? You've never seen it. It barely ever happens. But you sometimes you have to save the fighter from himself. It seems. I can't say that from personal experience. I have no fight experience.
It's pretty much like you got to remember the guy in there is pretty much willing to die,
right,
or win,
right.
And I mean, it's tough when you're sitting there on the sideline, I can imagine, and just kind of like watching your friend and the guy you're training or the girl you're training, and they're just getting their ass kicked, and you don't want to throw in the towel because you're not just throwing in the towel on their work, but it's your work as well.
Right.
It's got to be like a really tough call, but it's one of those things where, like you're saying, like preserve your fighter. There's like, if that wasn't your fight, go back, train twice as hard, come back, fight somebody else, beat them, get a bigger fight for that 2 fights next.
That's what I'm saying. Like you want to walk out of the octagon. You know what I mean? Like you want to like be able to have another fight, and not even another fight, but you want to be able to like be around for like till you're old. You know what I mean?
Girl
like,
who got like her face just like beat the fuck up, and
oh
it
my
looked
God.
so nuts when she
had the
I can't think of her name, but that's an example that I just like instantly pops in my mind where I'm
it
like, how do you not throw the towel
It
that
wasn't
quickly when,
Caitlin
like, her face
Chukagian. It
is
was someone
just
else, but
fucked.
of course I'm getting a work call right now too, but I'll answer it later. Okay, so
Hi, this is Jared from Nickel City Polymers. If you could please leave a message.
Yeah, it's past 5 o'clock. I'll call him later. No, I'll call him back after this. It's no problem. So okay, RDA, that kind of threw me off. RDA, right? Moicano got his absolute ass beat, and they I don't know. I can't say like, oh, they should have thrown in the towel. You know what I mean? But from my outsider's perspective, you got to save him, like you said. You want him to
save him from himself,
right? And you know, maybe
fighter.
you guys walk out of the octagon and he looks at you and says you're all fired.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I don't know if
that's also the most extreme scenario.
Right, exactly. But if you're a head coach for him, and you know you've been doing this forever, say you're Trevor Whitman. That's a very established head coach in MMA. He coaches Gaethje, he coaches Rose Namajunas, and he coaches Kamaru Usman. He has 3 fighters, and those are 3 1 championship contender, 2 are champions. Maybe if you're him, you're this long-standing, very reputable, very knowledgeable MMA coach, you make that decision every time. I don't know. I just don't know who Moicano's coaches are. I don't know if they're the type of people to make that decision or not. There was another fight, Calvin Kattar versus Max Holloway. It was a while ago, but there was another one that they probably should have thrown in the towel. Kattar was taking an absolute fucking dog shit beating, like taking 78. Like Max Holloway set the record for punches landed. It was like 750 punches landed or something. Like crazy punches.
It's just nuts. It's got to be tough too, because like you're trusting that the ref's doing his job to the best of his abilities too, and that he's going to call the fight when he thinks either fighter isn't able to compete.
Right.
So like a premature call from a coach, like it's such a crapshoot whether it gets perceived well from fans, the fighter, the fighter's family. Like I mean, there's like people.
There's so many.
There's so many people that depend on him to win and want him to win.
Exactly.
He wants to win, or she wants to win. I don't know. It's just nuts.
That's the other thing is like, dude, like they're fighting for a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, what if that guy like, oh, you like, what if he sees it as like, I needed that check and you threw in the towel? Still, he gets paid for fighting either way. It's not like he gets nothing, but like,
you're always probably hoping for that bigger check.
100%. It's like that guy's got to feed his family and things too.
But
there's a bunch of different pressures. But
statistically, I feel like guys that are getting their ass kicked, I'd say
not
like
winning.
They're
Like,
not
you know what I mean?
winning, and like at that point,
you're not.
You're
winning.
going for a knockout or like just like
something crazy,
to put you in a position to win. But
right.
I mean, down 2 rounds going into the third. I mean, throw the towel at that point. Maybe if you're getting your ass kicked and the ref's not calling it.
Yeah, I guess it just really depends on like
if it's a close fight, I can see letting it go.
See, because the thing is too, like fights like that, it's hard for the ref to stop because they're just getting punched in the face, punched in the face, punched in the face. But it's very controversial and yeah,
for sure. And the main event.
The main event.
What everyone paid to see, the fight of the night.
I had a one-liner that I wrote down for this main event. Crazy matchup, crazy build-up, cringy press conference, boring fight. That's literally, I wrote that down as like my general notes for it. And I was like, that's the perfect way to describe it. So like we talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but they were best friends. They trained at American Top Team together, and they had a falling out. And it's a crazy story. They had a crazy build up to this. They had a pretty good job promoting the fight.
I thought they did an excellent job promoting the fight. 'Cause I thought it was going to be a bloodbath. Did we see a bloodbath?
The problem with this fight. Well, can we start with the press conference? Just chronological.
Yeah.
Press conference sucked balls. Not gonna lie. It was just like they were just yelling at each other. Like it was just like it was like funny kind of, but like I don't know. Like Colby just kept yelling like, "Do you know how a bill becomes a law? Do you know how a bill becomes a law?" And then they just kept yelling back and forth at each other. It was like two kindergartners, bro. Like I don't know. It was pretty cringy in my opinion. It was pretty cringy. They just like
This guy doesn't even know how a bill becomes a law.
Bro. It was so stupid.
Dork.
Like, I saw so many funny tweets too. It was like, if you don't know how a bill becomes a law, tune in Saturday night. But dude, I don't know. Like the UFC doesn't have a fighter like Conor in a press conference. Like he had like the smooth one-liners, like the sentences that like got like the whole crowd like fired up. That like fucking totally shit on the other opponent. Like it's just they don't have the smooth.
He was smart.
Right.
Colby's not that smart.
Colby's not smart.
Connor's pretty fucking smart. Connor's like a billionaire now.
Yeah. He's doing something right.
So
as much as you hate him, he's doing something right. But I'm saying like the UFC doesn't have that like smooth talking like Chael Sonnen like trash talker that's really gonna like make the press conference something that like gets watched in 5 years on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I still watch the Nate Diaz Conor McGregor press conference like because I'm a nerd about it, but like because it was awesome.
It was though.
Like throwing the water bottles, like dude, I don't know, like it was amazing. They don't have anybody like that right now, honestly. And like Colby Jorge was like supposed to be kind of like that, like the two really good trash talkers, and press conference kind of let me down a little bit. Another thing that let me down, the fight. So I don't know. The other problem with this matchup was that Colby is significantly better. Like as much as like whatever.
His ground game is like redonkulous.
I know. Like
it's just
and
so
like
much better.
that was the story. Jorge even said to Joe Rogan after, he said, the wrestling was not there, and that's why I lost, and that's exactly why he lost. You know what I mean?
I mean, Jorge would have way rather had a boxing match.
100%. And that's the problem. Colby just took him down, and he wasn't really able to get up.
Not even discrediting Colby's boxing though. It's just Jorge is a known striker. Colby's really a grappler. I think.
Absolutely. That's where his strengths are. And like I said, Jorge acknowledged that after the fight that their wrestling was just not on the same level.
Where does the beef stand now?
I think that the beef is still there.
Okay,
but
I would hope so.
Like they didn't squash the beef. I'll tell you that.
Do you see this becoming like the next 3-fight series, or at least going to get a second?
It's over.
One? Yeah,
it's over.
I didn't.
It's over.
It wasn't a competitive enough event, or honestly like engaging enough. Like the promo, yeah, that was engaging, but like the fight wasn't really competitive enough. It wasn't engaging enough. It wasn't enough to make me buy another.
Not at all, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like I said, the problem was the matchup. The fighter matchup was not that great. Colby is a top. He is the top.
The emotion was there
in the world,
but the skill, the skill was there for Jorge, really.
Right, and if Kamaru Usman is not the champ, then Colby Covington is. You know what I mean? Or if Kamaru Usman doesn't exist, I should say Colby Covington is the champ for sure, undoubtedly. So that was the problem with it too. Like I said, kind of predictable. Colby played to his strengths, and wrestling was way too much to handle. And beef not squash, no handshake, no hug after the fight. Kind of like a little like what up from Colby, but like nothing crazy like that either. Like I would have loved to see like a Conor Khabib fight. You know what I mean? Like something. I don't know.
Khabib going for Dylan Dennis in the crowd.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that, man. I didn't see any numbers on the pay-per-view buys. I don't know how they were, so I won't comment on that. So a couple interesting things about this fight. Masvidal just signed a new contract to the UFC. So I don't know what his plans would be for the future. I've heard some good ideas. So him and Nate Diaz fought for the BMF belt. Do you know what the BMF belt is?
That's motherfucker.
Yes, sir. So they fought for the BMF belt, and that fight got stopped because Nate Diaz was bleeding too much.
It's scar tissue buildup on his face.
It's ridiculous. He's had that problem for a while. It's just he's been fighting so long.
Go like this, and he start bleeding.
Yeah, seriously. So it got stopped because of that, which was not like there's unfinished business there for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it was an endurance issue or he got knocked the fuck out. He just got tagged up a couple times and was leaking. Right. It was so bloody. If I remember correctly, it was like painted face bloody.
Yeah, dude, was bad. Like fucking the Moicano fight.
It's
Bad.
these cuts.
Yeah.
These cuts are the
And
ones.
like I think the problem is too, like anywhere you get cut on your face, like even if it's a small cut,
It
I think
leaks.
it bleeds just so much, bro. So much.
It's like some weird stat where you can lose like 2 pints of blood out of your head before it's like a problem or something. Don't quote me. But
How much is a pint?
like a beer
Oh, like a
pint.
pint. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, but getting back to that, I would love to see that rematch. There's unfinished business there for sure. The Nate Diaz fight, the
yes.
BMF rematch, because it's unfinished business. I want to see it. I would assume a lot of other people want to
It's
see
a
it.
better fight. I don't think Nate Diaz is in his prime, and I think Jorge is
Right.
pretty fucking good.
Right. And Nate wants to fight. He's been super outspoken on Twitter about wanting to fight multiple different people, including Conor. Everybody wants the Conor fight, though. That's the big money fight. Everyone's calling out Conor nowadays because he's teasing his comeback.
What did he say? What did he say? The one time he was like, "Everybody wants to go home and say, honey, we did it.
Yeah.
We got the Conor
Yeah,
fight."
yeah. Honey, we did it. We're rich. Yeah.
He's got a point, though. He's not lying. Like
He's not.
It's just nuts.
It's crazy. I mean, I could do a whole episode on Conor McGregor because he just changed the whole money situation for the company, for the sport. You know what I mean? Anybody that he fights is making a lot of money that night, no matter if they get knocked out in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? They're making a lot of money that night. It's crazy. But yeah, Nate wants to fight, so I think that is the likely what we're likely going to see. Maybe come the fall or maybe even summer. I don't know.
Jorge doesn't fight a lot.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. He didn't really say anything about, like, I want to be more active, like this or that. I think he's more in the stage of his career where it's going to be, like, big pay-per-view matchups, like the Nate Diaz fight, or, like, I don't know, anyone else that's big.
He's a big-name guy.
100%. And he's been fighting for so long. He's been fighting for, like, I don't know how many years, but, like, he's, like, been fighting since, like, he was fighting in his backyard. You know what I mean? Like, there's videos of him fighting in backyard. It's
Street
crazy.
fighting for money where they'd bet.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Nuts shit. Okay, so who do you think Colby's gonna fight? So
Kamara?
no. Well, so maybe eventually. But sorry, Jesus. Gilbert Burns and Kamzat Chimaev are gonna be fighting what, like 3 weeks from now? The winner of that fight could be a good matchup for Colby, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that's obviously me, Hamzat. So.
Yeah.
He's just
I know. You can't.
the control and the.
It's crazy.
I'm not discrediting Gilbert, but
I'm taking Hamzat too. I'm not saying.
that's if I was placing a bet, which
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll each throw $20 or $50.
Sure.
Let's each put $50 on Hamzat.
See what happens. That'd be cool.
Because I don't feel like that line's gonna be that crazy. Like, do you think he's gonna be the favorite?
It's so
If
hard.
he is,
to
it's not
tell.
gonna be too far. It's not gonna
I
be
feel like it'll be pretty even.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty even. Gilbert Burns is like ranked 2 as well, so.
Look for a reaction to that fight if we have some money down on it.
100%. We can get it set up. We'll do a reaction, kind
Have,
of
like,
like
a couple different
podcast thing.
angles.
Yeah, 100%. We can definitely do that. The reason I said not Usman too. He's fighting Leon Edwards next. I don't know if that's like confirmed, like has a date or what, but that's like pretty much set in stone what's going to happen. Because Leon Edwards, he's been having fights canceled and things like that, so he is
That'd be a cool fight to
deserving
watch.
of the title fight. Yeah, it would be a cool fight. I think Kamaru's going to
I know, he's gonna dust him.
slap him, but
Still cool
be
to
good.
watch.
It'll be good. So, one other interesting thing, Colby did call out Dustin Poirier at the end of the fight. He had
What
some.
did he say exactly? Because I
he-
heard about that, but I'm not even gonna lie. This fight went on late, and I fell asleep for the last
All right.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe watch the recap, but the recap isn't showing Colby saying whatever he said.
I mean, I won't say the word, but he called out Dustin. He said, "Bring your wife," called her some choice words, and then he also said, "And bring Connor's kid." So, I don't know that's bad. It's bad. A lot of people don't like the kid stuff.
Your wife's in me, dear.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Sheesh.
That'd be a cool fight.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I don't really like Dustin. I don't really like Colby, so I
So
just hope they
I
fucking beat the
I
shit
said
out of each
cool.
other. I'm not going
I
to
didn't
lie.
say something I want to see, honestly.
No, I'd like to see it, honestly. It would be a good
Well,
fight.
I just mean in the sense of, like, if you could, like, name 2 people and you can see them fight right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's not even close to the top
for sure, but it would be an awesome fight, I think.
Cool, yeah.
It would be cool. But yeah, that was crazy. He said it in the press conference too, the post-fight press conference, something about Conor. That I don't know. It's bad.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, but whatever. That's what he does. That's what Colby does, and that's what Colby will do.
All right. Well, and just some things to close out with here.
Yeah.
Really, if you guys haven't seen yet, it's trending on Twitter. It happened yesterday, as today is the 9th of March. So 8th of March.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley came forward with a gambling addiction that, he probably didn't want to come forward with, as he was busted for gambling on the 2021 NFL season. And, he's being punished currently by, I think he's suspended indefinitely for the whole 2022 season, so the upcoming year, which is definitely going to hurt the Falcons.
Yeah.
As he's definitely their star wide receiver one.
Is he? Yeah, no,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm bad with the NFL.
But I don't know. It's just kind of nuts to think about. And I wonder if you remember it, last year, he stepped away from the NFL.
I think he had some mental health
Yeah, it was like
issues
taking care of
going on.
something with
Yeah,
that.
100%.
And I'm sure that these overlapped or coincided with one another. Or
Right.
at least
Yeah.
correlate. But it's just
Yeah.
kind of crazy. I hope that he figures it all out and can get back on track, because that shit is
exactly.
addicting. Especially with
100%.
nowadays with New York opening up. And he's obviously not based in New York, but
Yeah.
we are. And with New York opening up sports betting. Now, before I seem like a hypocrite, I did say about 10 minutes earlier that we were going to be placing a $50 bet on Kamzat, but
We don't.
I couldn't tell you the last time I bet was Sean O'Malley first round knockout like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Like I don't gamble.
Know. I don't bet
but
because
it's
I don't
a slippery slope.
like losing money. Just I don't know. Like I feel like every time I've bet something, I've just lost. Like not even close. So I don't know. I just don't really do it. But
A dear friend of mine needs to walk away from the blackjack table. Continue.
all right. Okay.
Gambling.
That shit, man. Yeah, it's a dark hole. We don't know the full story on Calvin Ridley, but hope he's all right, man. Like that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing I'd say is I hope he's doing well.
The good thing is somebody like him definitely has a support team around him,
Right.
you would think, and that he definitely has the funds, hopefully, left after the gambling issue to pay for the treatment that he needs to receive. And
Right.
I'm sure that this will all be sorted out, and at least come 2023, if it's not appealed midway through the year next year, which I'm sure it might be.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
don't
also
know.
very
Yeah.
fresh, so who knows what's going to happen.
Right. Who knows what other details may come out. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, hope he's doing good. It's not like he went and committed some heinous crime or anything. You know what I mean? Like I said, hope he's doing well, and he's probably. I've never heard anything bad about him.
It honestly didn't seem like he was winning these bets either, from what I was reading. It seemed like he was like losing money.
Yeah, I mean,
Other than that, other news in the NFL though, we do have Russell Wilson making his way over to the Broncos now, which I believe he's replacing Drew Lock, which I'm assuming he's just going to resume the QB2 position and
probably
sit behind him.
Yep.
Now, this is also very, very fresh. This happened 4 hours ago.
I didn't even know about it. Like
as
he
of 5
just
o'clock.
pretty much just told me.
Yeah, as of 5 o'clock on the 8th. And Russell has not confirmed yet that that's where he wants to go yet. Nothing has been signed, but I know that trade is 100% in the works. I'm not sure what Seattle would be receiving. I would assume just some draft picks or something, 'cause I think they're going to be going through some kind of rebuilding process at this point, because I know they were not looking so hot last year.
Yeah.
And I know fans are definitely going to be upset trading away an elite star quarterback.
I know,
but
franchise guy right there.
yeah,
They love him.
He's got a good completion percentage. He's an accurate quarterback. He's got a good arm. He's pretty mobile. He's getting a little older, but he's pretty good.
Denver's going to find himself a good quarterback.
Yeah,
and
Denver
Russell
fans are
Wilson,
definitely
for sure.
happy.
100%.
I work with a Broncos fan. I'm sure he's actually going to be
That's awesome.
pretty psyched to have Russell Wilson. And
100%. Yeah.
they've been putting in work last year.
Oh
so
yeah.
They
yeah.
They definitely look.
They got
a little
Philip
better.
Lindsay, right? He's pretty good. They don't still have Von Miller, do they?
Yes, sir.
He's still
There
playing
was talks of him coming to
Buff, right?
Buffalo. I
Yeah.
think. Wait. Von Miller might have gotten traded.
I heard that the Panthers were shopping Christian McCaffrey.
I did hear about that too. I'd love to have Christian McCaffrey, but for the right price. Maybe to like
the
a
right price.
2-year, 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
never mind. I am. Von Miller plays for the Rams,
Okay.
but I don't know. Not my team.
Not my team. Not my division. I
Yeah,
like the Bills.
See those guys once every couple of years.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. Like I said, you told me that like right before we started recording, and I was like, no shit. That's crazy.
Stuff like
So-
that. I mean, stuff like that's going to keep popping up for the next few weeks in the NFL. But
Yeah, definitely. But that's cool, man. Cool stuff for sure. But if that's all you got, I think
that's pretty much all I got. Other than I know we're going to be doing a lot of driving range work for getting ready for this upcoming golf season. Actually planning on heading there after this. Going to go swing the sticks around, but hopefully we'll probably have some driving range content for you guys soon. So
100%. Maybe even some like Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, we had a YouTube short hit 2,000 views.
Bro, yeah, I woke up this morning. Check, just like whatever, just check YouTube. YouTube Studio gives you like the good views shit, and it said 2K. I was like, bro, I really had never posted like YouTube Shorts before we started doing this, so I didn't know. Like I knew it was kind of like a TikTok Reels thing where it has a chance to like go and get something, but
that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I completely forgot about until you said TikTok was look for us on TikTok doing those 10-minute videos now.
Yes.
Maybe even potentially shortened versions of the podcast that you would find on YouTube on TikTok.
it'd be cool. I don't know. Like
I think that's right up our alley, something that we
100%.
could definitely check out and look for that for sure.
start uploading some like longer form content to a place like TikTok, like we were saying. It could become something where, you might want to watch a 10-minute video on TikTok or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll definitely start uploading like, I don't know, if our podcast is 30 minutes, you can even upload like 3 videos. That's the whole podcast to TikTok. A lot of options for that. That'd be sweet.
I feel like also maybe one thing kind of cool is we might be able to get in early on the TikTok
the TikTok
golf section in the sense of maybe some 10-minute 9-hole videos where it's like
Yo,
just
that'd
like
be
a
cool.
minute per hole type thing.
Yeah.
Quick shots and then
Yeah. That'd be
slowly on the
sweet.
putting, and we
That's
could
a really
kind of
good
review
idea.
courses in that way.
That's a really good
Early on
idea.
that.
Just be like, 9 holes at whatever, Deerhurst. Play Deerhurst. That's sick. We're doing that.
All right, so then we're
We're
going to be
doing
doing
that.
that in Outer Banks
out
come
for that.
April.
Yes, sir.
And you'll either be seeing that at the Kilmerrick Golf Course, the Point Club, or the Carolina Club.
That'll be fun.
Or Nags Head Links. There's a lot of courses. If you
Yep.
couldn't tell, we're going to Outer Banks in about a month to play
Driving
some
down
golf,
there.
have some fun, get a little vacation in.
Yes, sir.
Should be a lot of fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. So many. Yeah, I'm just like, I've been kind of like thinking about the videos in my head, like of like what we're going to do in the Outer Banks, like what kind of videos we're going to make. And I think it's going to be fucking awesome in all reality.
We got to show your dad that we're ready for some tournament golf this year.
100%.
That's one of the big
100%.
things.
Dude, we'll video the tournaments, dude. That'd be
I'm
so
ready.
cool. That'd be so cool.
Hilbert Golf Tournament's coming up right now.
Oh, yeah, they have a bunch of like fundraiser golf tournaments.
I'm
that they're
there.
Playing for
Closest
sure.
to the whole challenge on a par 3, all of that. I'm there.
100%.
But
Buy yourself some money or gift cards or something.
shirt.
Shirt. Hell yeah.
All right, guys. It was
Alrighty.
fun tuning in for the 3rd episode.
Yes, sir.
Stay
Thank you
tuned
so
for the
much.
4th.
Yep. 4th coming soon. Don't have it planned yet, but we'll let you know. Seriously, thank you and peace.